Coming up today on the Village Idiom.
Have it and have it.
Halve it. Halve it.
Halve it. Why? For the halve it.
You're ahead of me. I was right there. Why do you want to eat your cake?
For the halve it.
Dum dum da da. Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that takes a popular saying and takes a shallow but hopefully comedic dive into its usage, origins, etc. But we'll also use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skinny.
Today's my birthday.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Because the filming and we have a 2-day release
Sorry, should I have
window.
been more subtle about that?
No, I'm excited for you.
It's my
But
birthday.
so this is a Thursday.
Yeah, if
That's
you're
so
listening to
exciting.
this on the day it was released, is my birthday today, send me a message.
That's
Is
awesome.
it, do I sound needy? I'm feeling needy.
No, send you some birthday love shout out.
Yeah.
What do you, so I'm guessing that you're turning like 48.
You got it. 48 on this date.
That's amazing. What's your favorite kind of cake?
My favorite kind of cake. You know, I don't know if I have a favorite kind of cake, but I will tell you this: a cake that my mom, I don't even know if it qualifies as a cake. This is, she would ask, you know,
it a pie?
these traditions. No, it's
Pudding.
I don't know what
Cookie?
it is. It's this
A square.
weird
A tort.
cake with graham crackers
flan.
on the bottom and the top and pure sugar in the middle, but it's wet.
It's a s'more.
I need to ask her what it's called. I would put it in the cake category, but it's not what you're
Is
thinking.
that a Betty? A buckle?
It's a Betty buckle.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what a Betty or a buckle is.
Different ways of
I mean,
finishing
I
off.
know a Betty.
So you could have like a raspberry Betty or a blackberry buckle or some type of an apple buckle
I feel like I'm being
or
pranked
or
right
a
now.
crisp. So it'd be like an apple with like an oat type brown
like
sugar
crisp.
crumble.
So if I was gonna pick favorite desserts, it'd
Yeah.
be apple anything, apple
Okay.
crisp, apple crumble, apple
That's
pie.
your America. That's your America
I
talking.
love the apple pie. This is the good stuff. Well, we're gonna pick an idiom today, and it goes a little something like this.
There's gotta be a way I can have my cake and eat it too.
It's
That's
short
the
and
one.
sweet.
Having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah, this episode is going to be sweet.
All of you
So,
cake lovers.
if you're listening and you have good taste, this will either be a piece of cake or a recipe for disaster. You'll have to pay attention, though, because it's going to have layers. We'll try and mix it up, because the icing on top is if you think these puns are crummy, it can only get badder.
That is the worst string of dad puns.
It just happened.
It's funny when we're going across it. I came across there's five easily off the top of your head idioms that are cake related.
I know. It's true. That
Very
I
bizarre.
had a piece of cake in there.
A piece of cake that takes the cake.
Takes the cake. Oh, yeah.
A cakewalk,
Cakewalk.
implying that something is very easy, which is a piece of cake as well.
Right.
Is that something is easy? So cake in general must be just easy.
Yep.
It's nice that your
I'm sure-
puberty.
Puberty.
Puberty's
It's my
finally hit
birthday.
you by 48.
Yep.
48. That's a beautiful thing.
Do you have another one?
Selling like hotcakes,
Oh, yeah.
which is and to have one's cake and eat it too.
Which is today's idiom.
Rounds it out.
So I don't know.
So cake is always seemingly positive in all of these things.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no, like-
There's no. Well, shut your cake hole. Oh no, that's pie.
Well, pie is so cake good, pie bad. So like shut your pie hole.
Right.
A cow pie.
Yeah.
It's all like
Easy as pie.
that. I think it's a piece of cake. Easy as pie. Is that what it is?
Is both.
So maybe pie can go 50-50.
Maybe someone just screwed up saying piece of cake.
And threw into pie instead.
Yeah.
It's like a cow pie. But
So
some people are different. Some people would just, if they could choose, they would say, "Please give me a birthday pie instead of a birthday cake." They're just pie people.
right. So I started looking up cake related things as you did. You got into the idioms there, but I was like, I wonder what's like the original cake. So I don't know if this is the original cake, but I did learn that probably the most simplest cake is called the pound cake. But it's called that because the original recipe was
A pound of butter, a pound of salt or something, or a pound
Yep,
of sugar.
that's it. Pound of
Butter, sugar, flour.
what are the? Oh, I had it right in front of me here. Oh, yeah, pound of sugar, pound of flour, pound of eggs.
Well, there you go.
There's your pound cake right there.
Yeah.
So that led me on to this, which was I found the top 10 most obscure but readily used ingredients to cakes.
Okay, let's go.
So we're gonna try and rifle
I would
through
put
these.
sugar in my pound cake, but whatever.
You wouldn't?
I would.
Yeah,
Instead
sugar,
of
flour, and eggs.
sugar, flour, eggs. And you have
Pound of each.
What about butter? I thought you had a pound of butter in there.
That's not a pound cake.
Oh, well, what do you use?
Oh, did I say butter? Oh, yeah. Butter, sugar, flour, eggs. You're right. Okay. What did you say? You wouldn't have something in there?
I didn't hear the sugar part, so I was saying I would have put sugar in.
Yeah, definitely. Butter, flour, and eggs. That's
not good.
That's dough.
It's like plaster of Paris.
Okay, so starting at number 10, a Coca-Cola. So soft drinks in the recipe, but Coca-Cola
instead of a liquid, use a cola as the replacement.
And Coke commissioned the Culinary Institute of America to develop recipes, put out 75 food recipes under the brand name Coca-Cola. So
it's like the Pablo Escobar cake.
Exactly.
This is the Coke.
So
the Coke cake.
Number 9, tofu.
Well, before we get too far off on the cake wagon, are you following all this Walmart insanity
with tofu?
No, Walmart, and there's been a couple of great kind of goof ups in the media recently.
Oh, this going back to the first ingredient, Coke?
Yeah, the Coke with the snowman on the Walmart ugly Christmas sweater and the snowman who's got like 3 lines of cocaine.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't know. That's all I know.
3 lines of cocaine, a little mound of cocaine,
and people just rebelled. Like, this is inappropriate.
Well, it's kind of cocaine, so that can't be good. In terms of,
yeah, but there's worse T-shirts out there.
Well, I guess
just not at Walmart.
Maybe that's what it is. There's that whole corporate branding thing,
right?
And then the recent Miss America.
Don't know this one.
Well, Steve Harvey was like addressing and interviewing Miss Columbia and starts doing cartel jokes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And went for it. He keeps getting himself in trouble.
But
he's Steve Harvey.
Yeah, he pulled it. He's talking about the cartel. He's like, well, you know what? Because he goofed up on the other Miss America pageant by
saying the wrong.
Was it Miss Philippines? It was like, and the winner is Miss Columbia. And it was actually Miss Philippines.
Yeah, had the wrong one.
And he said, well, Columbia's forgiven him, but the cartels haven't.
Oh, that's why he went for it?
Yeah. So
okay. So Coke, we got tofu. Number 8 was tomato soup.
Well,
so they seem to be...
Well, tofu sounds disgusting as a cake ingredient.
I mean, there are vegans out there. But apparently the tomato soup in rations, if you have a cake that is focused on cinnamon, the tomato and cinnamon does something magical.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is peculiar. Have you heard of like putting, like the Italians dropping cinnamon on their spaghetti? No, you haven't.
No,
because that's not a thing. The cinnamon.
I'm just going on this
not
list.
A thing.
This is number 8. Tomato soup works with cinnamon. Number 7. Now this one is interesting. Plastic baby. I'm like, what? Did this just take a sharp left turn? Like,
a plastic baby cake.
So this obviously has nothing to do with flavor. This has to do with some New Orleans king cake where they serve it at Mardi Gras since the 1800s.
A plastic baby cake.
Plastic babies in the cake. And so,
like how we would,
and whoever gets the baby is the one who receives all the good luck for that.
Is this the same as like putting coins in wrapped in tinfoil?
So have you ever done that?
Except there's a baby in there.
Yeah, it's that idea. The prize is the baby.
Disgusting.
So growing up, my mom put things in our cake. That was my birthday.
Funny.
That's how we had birthday cakes. And I don't know how many I remember an incident where my dad just went, "Wait, what? The kids are finding you're gonna kill somebody." And she was no longer allowed to do it because there was like coins and thimbles and prizes and razor blades.
But did it have like the Monopoly board set in there?
Yeah, like that's the kind of prizes you were finding, but coins.
So funny.
And my dad put a stop to it. He's like,
somebody. Where's the top hat? The race car is gone. Someone eat it?
Number 7 is plastic babies. Number 6, Miracle Whip. That seems not that crazy.
No, at that point, isn't it a trifle?
Oh, yeah. I mean, but this is an ingredient, not the consistency of the cake.
Why you would put soybean curd?
Number 5 is peanut butter and jelly.
Okay. A peanut butter cake sounds lovely.
Number 4, salt pork.
Okay, you're losing me again.
Yeah.
A savory cake?
I don't know. I don't know. Pork cake was known as war cake. I believe that.
Because it would cause war? Or, wow, that's a terrible ingredient.
It's substituted unusual ingredients for rations, blah, 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 blah.
Had you said it in terms of bacon? Like,
yeah.
Like, okay, you got me back now.
That's, it's just a fattier, saltier cousin to bacon.
Just bacon's cousin. Sure.
Number 3, hot peppers.
Okay.
So now you're getting into actual regional areas where that's a very...
Like a Chilean cake?
Yep. South American, Mexico.
How fast do they sell, I wonder?
Like hot pepper cakes. Number two, saltine crackers. Why?
Well, why would you put number 2 in
A
cake?
full sleeve of salty soup crackers is called for in some cake recipes.
It must be a binder.
So it has to do with consistency, apparently.
Like you might as well use potato flakes or something.
Potato chips.
Potato chips. There you go.
Yeah, because some casseroles like crumble potato chips all over the top.
That's just sounding lazy now.
And number 1, you brought it up already. Spaghetti.
Really?
Yep. Put it in. This is just being stupid.
Of all Italian desserts, a tiramisu will definitely do better than biscotti cake.
Circular bundt cake pans are used sometimes to create eye-catching main courses, which are spaghetti and meatball cakes. That's not even a cake anymore. Like,
No,
that's
it's
not
dipped
cake.
into
That's
casserole, I
spaghetti
think.
in
Yeah.
the shape of a cake.
Right. Which is way different.
Yeah.
Because it has to be actually
It's not an ingredient.
cake-like.
That is still spaghetti. Anyway, that was the top 10 list. Before we get into history and origin, whatever, this one, prior to even looking it up, always seemed weird to me. So the idiom is "Have your cake and eat it too," and I'm like, where? Like I couldn't see the contradiction there. Like,
About having something and consuming something.
right?
So
So
very different.
right. So you want to have your cake and eat it too? Well, yeah.
You can't
I have
have
to
both.
have it to eat it.
Maybe you have to have it before then, but then you can't both have it and have eaten it.
But that's it. Once you've eaten it, you no longer have it.
Sounds makes
few hours. You still have it.
It makes complete sense. Or if you just eat enough of it, it just stays on your thighs. Then you can have your cake.
Then you can have your cake.
But I also heard this light variant of you can have your cake and eat it in 2.
Eat it into.
You can have HALVE.
Have. Funny.
You can have like HALVE. You can have your cake and eat it in 2.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Did you make that up or
No,
you just came across that?
no. As I was
You
researching,
can have
it.
your cake and eat it too, or you can have your cake and eat it in 2. Wow. I love that.
Yeah, it's a little play on word.
That's
tongue
actually
twisting.
really
works
brilliant.
well for have it and have it.
Halve it. Halve it.
Halvet. Why? For
Why?
the halvet.
You're ahead of me. I was right there. Why do you want to eat your cake?
For the halvet. I had a fun one on the cake land recently. I enjoy a good adventure, and I thought, you know what? I'm making cheesecakes.
You're making cheese.
Cakes. Main ingredient, spaghetti. So I did it 2 different ways.
Okay.
So standard way.
Is there cheese or is it cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Okay.
Which is cheese. Yeah. Standard one was just I did them in muffin tins.
Okay.
So that they would be individually served.
Right.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So make them in muffin tins.
Bite size. Two bite cheesecake.
They were like bigger than that, but they were still the idea that this is your serving.
Right.
Yeah. So and the other one which I was really impressed with myself was I did an eggnog cheesecake in the Instant Pot.
Oh, you have an Instant Pot.
I have an Instant Pot and did an eggnog cheesecake in the Instant Pot. It was fantastic.
How long does it take in the Instant Pot?
30 minutes.
Why is it called the Instant Pot?
Well, some stuff is really fast. Like you can take like chicken from
Microwave didn't even get called the Instant anything, and it's way faster than an Instant Pot.
maybe because it tastes decent coming out of
That
it.
is amazing marketing. You should get yourself an Instant Pot. Yeah, I never have time for food. It's going to take you an hour to make this. Like,
Is it still I want the Instant Pot.
yeah, this is the wrong name for this pot.
Pressure cooking is like genius.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you like this. This was frozen 20 minutes ago, and now it's like thoroughly cooked on the inside and moist and beautiful. Crazy.
I've yet to use one. I've done the crock pot on a timer. That's genius enough for me.
A crock pot is a good thing. A pressure cooker is just like a bomb at home, waiting for something to explode. But Instant Pot takes away all the problems of a pressure cooker situation.
Why?
Just with all of its safety mechanisms that it will not.
That the pressure cookers didn't think of?
Right, a pressure cooker can actually explode,
But an Instant Pot,
Instant Pot's not going to
because
explode.
there's no pressure.
No, it's pressure cooker.
You're losing me.
It's
So,
just got the
it's
safety.
Just it's just a new name
the
of a
built-in,
pressure.
Yes, but it has built-in safety mechanisms that are foolproof. Yeah,
Foolproof.
foolproof. Yeah. Well,
You haven't met every fool.
fool resistant.
That's what it should be. It's not instant food. It's fool resistant. letting me down with every new detail of this product.
Well, let's see where this thing...
Anyway, I've only heard good things about the Instant Pot. Why we're talking about that, I don't know.
It's free promo. So where exactly did this idiom come from anyway?
Let's start with this.
I said some words. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origins.
All right. Well, we're going to jump into origins here with some history. So, the truth is we don't really know its origin, but we do know its earliest recording. And in print, the first time this phrase was in a letter, March 14th, 1538. So it's an oldie. From Thomas, Duke of Norfolk.
Oh, that's a word you can't say.
To Thomas Cromwell. And it just says, a man cannot have his cake and eat his cake.
Did you catch the one from John Haywood?
Yeah, so there's a name we hear.
Yeah, his name keeps popping up.
But that's because if you read the title of the book, I think we've stumbled across like a 1500s book of idioms.
Okay, so he's not the writer. He was a compiler.
I love old English spelling. A dialogue containing the number in effect of all proverbs in the English tongue.
There
Yeah,
you go.
1546.
Would ye both eat your cake and how your cake?
Yeah, so back then, it was, well, you're going to hear it again did you see the John Davies one too? Mm-mm. Scourge of Folly in 1611 said a man cannot eat his cake and have it still. Which starts to explain the question, right? You can't eat your cake and have it still. It's almost said better in that one.
Right.
But you'll notice that we say have your cake and eat it too, but both of those ones were eat your cake and have it. So the reversing of eat and have and eat. So have your cake and eat it too versus eat your cake and have it too.
You can't have both. You gotta pick one.
Right. We didn't talk about what this actually means. Is
Right.
You can't have it both ways.
Can't have it both ways. Did I tell you about when in my teen years, the dating two girls at the same time?
No.
Okay.
This is a real story.
So Catherine, I can't believe I haven't told you this.
Catherine the second.
We called her Kate. So dating, blah blah blah, and at the same time dated one of hers, like a friend of a friend.
You're so dumb. Keep
Yeah.
going.
her name was
Fool resistant.
Fool resistant. She had one of them old.
They
names.
were not.
She had one of those old people names, Edith.
Edith and Catherine.
And so when it actually ended up, a situation arose where the three of us were at the same time, and the jig was up, and busted and lost both of them.
Of course.
Which just proves you can't have Kate.
Oh my goodness.
You can't have Kate and Edith too. Thank you, home run.
I'm literally holding my head in my hands that I did not see that coming.
Oh, I feel so good about
I'm like,
myself.
how have I not
You
heard
were
this
just
story?
me.
Like, you're so stupid. You were
Whoa.
dating friends. Like, oh, you're so dumb. You can't have your Kate
man.
and Edith too. That's great. Did you write
I'm
that?
stringing you in. That's the old joke that I've told. It's not mine, but it's an oldie. I've used it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
good. That was good. Wow, I did walk into that. That was
I love
awesome.
just the innocence in your eyes.
Just like,
And
you're
then
so
when it was
dumb.
like-
the jig was up. No, what happened? Poor Skinny. Those
have-
two women were not fool resistant.
You can't have Kate and Edith too.
That's great.
Boom. Slam dunk.
actually
Number
great.
23.
Okay, so quickly, we kind of got derailed there. We were talking about the reversing of have your cake and eat it too, or eat your cake and have it too, the reversing of those two words. In fact, in Jonathan Swift's 1738 farce Polite Conversation, it's she cannot eat her cake and have her cake. And then a reversed adaptation of the same thing in 1749 was she cannot have her cake and eat her cake. So it reversed. So here's the interesting thing is according to Google Ngram Viewer, that prior to the 1930s, it was always eat your cake and have it too. That was
Okay.
the more popular phrasing of it.
Right.
And then somewhere in modern history, it reversed to you can't have your cake and eat it too.
It flows nicer, actually.
But here's the best part. You're going to love this. 1996, the eat have variant came into play in solving a crime. So the Unabomber. Did you read this?
Nope, Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski, in his manifesto, which he sent to all the newspapers, right, after his bombings. It was his own undoing because, quote, as for the negative consequences of eliminating industrial society, well, you can't eat your cake and have it too. And they're like, that's funny. He said that backwards. And turns out that he wrote it exactly that way in a letter to his mother, like unrelated to bombings, obviously. And it was literally connect the dots. That's who the Unabomber is.
That's
so our idiom
undone.
Said
Wow.
reversed is one of the things that
a Ted Kaczynskiism
that came to the apprehension of Ted Kaczynski.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
That's a good find.
So, with other clues, I'm sure. But
Right. It's just that one thing.
So-
I'm like, how did they get the letter from his mother? That seems
here's another
specific.
clip from The Way of the Gun, which they say it that way, and it's just creepy enough to go along with the Unabomber.
I'm afraid I want to eat my cake and have it too.
Great.
Yeah. Ominous music in the
Yeah,
back.
it's perfect.
That never hurt. So I was thinking of in other cakes I was asking you about cakes that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And then so cakes that I enjoy.
I should have asked.
It's not necessary. I'll bring it up myself.
It's my birthday.
I love me a Black Forest.
Yeah, you've brought that up on a number of. It's been in Riddle Inc. It's been in jokes. It's been in True Life Stories.
That's a delicious cake.
Yeah.
We have a friend, our boss. He abhors fruit in cake. He would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So he would sooner have no cake than be the impurity.
Yeah, there
of putting
can be. You
fruit
know those?
in cake.
I don't know what the cake is called, where there's like kiwi and oranges on top, and
We always often from like our Asian bakeries. It's like whipped creamy but fruit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not for him.
They're delicious.
Yeah. My grandmother always made fruitcake, and since she passed away, my mom and dad have been making them, and most people hate fruitcake.
Does she jack it up with the special sauce?
No. She
Okay.
is much too conservative of a Christian,
Okay.
God-fearing woman to have done that.
No special sauce.
No special sauce. But most people hate fruitcake. I love it. I can't.
love fruitcake as well.
I get a big 10-pound. It's only this big, but
I get a big 10-pound dookie when you eat one.
yeah, they're heavy.
Yeah.
So you talked about our boss and his loathing of fruit in cakes. Funny story. Went to one of his birthdays before he was my boss. Actually, I think it was the first year I even got to know him. We were at their house and birthday cake on the counter, and the party's kind of dying down. And I went in there and I pulled the little classic, wax candles off the top and stuck them into the cake sideways, and then just smoothed over the icing. And then we all went home. And then the stories later of him.
Did people cut through them?
He midnight sneaking back down to the kitchen, slices himself a piece of cake, and just bites into wax. I didn't know he was going to be my boss.
Suddenly fruit doesn't seem so bad, does it? If you have to choose between things that go into your cake.
Okay, you usually come to the table with this, but I came across alternate countries or languages that have a different phrase that means exactly the same thing. You can't have it both ways. So in
Do you have the
Albanian,
English one? Because if you have it, their English twisted up version, I want to guess the country.
well, no, I have the proper translation.
That's going to make it harder.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Unless you want me to say it in their language. Man kan ikke bade. Blase og have mel I munden.
Yeah. Okay, let's just continue.
Okay. Albanian, to take a swim and not get wet. Can't have it both ways. Same kind of thing. Danish, which is what I just tried to say. You cannot both blow and have flour in your mouth. That's funny.
Do you remember that video?
Yes. What was that?
I don't remember all the reasoning behind why. There was.
I think they were trying to perform a magic
There
trick.
was a magic trick by a gentleman, Jimmy Starr.
Okay.
Where he would have a bunch of like sugar and whatnot, and he would have a dry component and would drink water,
And then
like.
Oh, yeah.
and then like out would come like
Still dry.
still dry
How did
sugar.
he-
And we're like, how did he compartmentalize it like that? And you're like, I know how he does it. I'm like, all right, I'll film it. And so, yeah,
I was close.
We got up in the kitchen, and we didn't have, of course, the things that he was using. We had like Splenda or something, and then we had like opened like 50 packets of like Sugar Twin or whatever into a cup. You put it in your mouth, and so that was step one. And then when you guzzled the water, and then it was like you did the thing to bring it all back, and it was just like this white spit. You were choking it down and laughing. Oh, that's a good one. Can't be done.
You cannot both blow and have flour in your mouth.
Both blow and have
there's a
Splenda.
whole list. I'll give you one more that I thought was funny. Italian. To want the barrel full and the wife drunk. Barrel full of wine. Can't have both the barrel full of wine and your wife drunk.
That's a funny way to phrase that.
There you go.
In Italy. Why would you? Yeah, there's a lot of things messed up with that idiom.
There we go. Whoops.
So that's how it goes. As an update, wanted to make sure we encourage you to reach out over these next few weeks. Our shirts are on the way, our Village Idiom shirts. And so we are excited to be able to put you into the draw. Drop us a comment. Wish Jurassic Mark a happy birthday.
Can't have your shirt and wear it too.
Yeah, this is just not going to happen. It's not possible. So make sure you comment in through all of our social media accounts, or pick one, get back to us on Instagram at the.village.idiom, or via email at thevillageidiompodcast@gmail.com, or Facebook, YouTube, Twitter at 3 Minutes Gone.
Perfect. Well, we've got a game called Riddle Inc. You all know and love it. Thanks for everyone chiming in. People have been getting more involved lately. It's a game where you take a 2-part trivia-based question and it requires a 2-part overlapping answer. And so, for example, last week's last week's idiom was "Who cut the cheese?" Or cutting
any
the
of our
cheese.
Village-idiomate children chime in?
I didn't get any stories, but we did get a correct answer from.
Rhymes with.
I don't know why I'm not writing this down. I think I can remember,
You probably can.
but
Here it comes. Is it a
Escalade.
Okay.
Escalade.
Very nice.
That's who it was. At Escalade.
He's
So
the dude.
last week's Riddle Link was, you might ask, who cut the cheese when you smell one of these, said Jack Dawkins. And it was a toughie, unless you went into the Googles. But he came up with Fartful Dodger. So Fart and Artful Dodger, which is a character from Oliver Twist.
That's impressive.
And
That is
so,
a tricky one.
Yeah. At Escalade. Nice way to go.
Good. Well, let me give you one.
Okay.
Get the ball rolling here. You can't both own it and consume it, you lying double-faced talker. Oh, you lying double talker.
You lying double talker. You can't have your cake and eat it. Two-Face?
Two-Face.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And then I was reading it back and I threw the word face in like a moron.
Moron.
You can't both own it and consume it, you lying double talker.
Can't have your cake and eat it. Two-Face. Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
Getting it both ways with Kim Fields in The Facts of Life. Which
Can't have your cake
didn't pick up on that
can't
until I
have
read
your
it out
cake.
loud.
You can't have your cake and eat it tootie.
Yes.
Wow.
Pounding the microphone there. Sorry
Wowie
about that.
wow. Wow, those should be censored before they are said.
There's been a few today. Got another
You
one?
want the confection and consume it in West Coast Gangsta, California Love.
I'm going to go with you can't have your cake and eat it. Tupac Shakur.
That's it.
Nice.
My original one had him being kept by Biggie Smalls, but he wasn't. They were just rivals, but
They were.
yeah, the notorious
B.I.G.
B.I.G. did not kill Tupac. Maybe he did, but
Well, we're not here to make those judgments.
my B.I.G's keeper. No.
Okay, well, Skinny gave you all the ways you can get a hold of us. Send in your answers, send in your comments and
We want to
queries.
give some shirts away, so make sure you comment in.
Yes. More than just an answer to the Riddle Link. Give us some. Tell us about yourself.
Would love to hear from you.
How listening to the Village Idiom has changed your life.
Life-changing.
Saved your life.
Alternating.
You're on the edge of a cliff and we talked you down. I don't know. Okay, here's a Riddle Link. Don't answer, Skinny. This one goes out to all our Village Idiomate children. The simplest of cakes lost in American Idol to Ruben Studdard.
Wow. That's good.
There it is.
That was the complex one. They're going to need to... some people just jump on it right away. Other people will need to look it up a bit. But either way, we enjoyed putting today's podcast together for you. We hope you enjoyed it. I am Skinny.
I am Jurassic Mark.
And these are the Village Idioms.
Boom. Last 3 minutes gone.